Have you and your friends ever got in an argument about who was going to have a better week, whether that be quarterbacks, receivers, running backs, anybody on the field? Well, now you can bet against your friends. You can use real money at rival.com and challenges like this and challenges that we're doing here at Box Office Quarterback soon on social media. We're going to invite you, the viewers, to bet against us. But that's not the only thing you can do. There's also bingo cards, so set up your roster. There's a whole bunch of crazy stuff, fun ways to make money, fun ways to bet between your friends. All you have to do is go to joinrival.com/boxofficeqbs and you'll get $25 of free play, a $10 voucher, and matching up to $200 of your first deposit. So once you make your first deposit, you'll get all that just by visiting joinrival.com/boxofficeqbs.
I'm working right now.
I know. Listen, I tried to make an appointment, but all you had open was 5 in the morning next Tuesday. So,
Did Nora say that I had a hard out at 5:15?
Welcome into another edition of Box Office Quarterbacks. We are talking Harley Quinn Season 4 today with my good friend Gerald, as always. Gerald, we love this show. I think we've covered every season since Season 2, at least, on Box Office Quarterbacks. Another great season. I wouldn't say it's on par with some of the best that we've seen from Harley Quinn, but I still enjoyed it nevertheless.
Oh, it's so fun, right? And it fits into a crazy DC universe. You know, in the world where we're having all these multiverses, and that's what this is going to end up being dubbed as. You know, it's fun to have this kind of like off the wall universe that still fits a lot of the characters they use personalities very well.
Yeah, like I love what they do with like the Batman mythos in here, where they like take every little weird thing about that character and then they amplify it by 10. Like you have Bane, a guy who loves explosions, and they make a whole thing about it where that's his whole personality. And you do
Explosions
give
guy.
he's the explosions guy. He goes to Italy and he does this whole shit. But that's the thing that this show really does right is making their characters unique and different and stand out and really mix it up from the comics.
Yeah, and like I said, they're still staying true to the comics at the same time. Like you get a crazy version of Lex Luthor here, right? But like it's also a different take on him that's semi-realistic. You know, crazy guy that's like real. He just has this crazy off the wall freaking personality. But at the end of the day, he still ended the world just to fuck with Superman, and Harley straight up points that out. And that is a core Lex Luthor thing, right?
Yeah. Like he takes the long way to get there, and I love that he's voiced by Giancarlo Esposito, who is Gus Fring on Breaking Bad. Thought that was like perfect casting right there. But
Yes.
yeah, this season centers around um, Harley Quinn joining the Bat family and Poison Ivy becoming the leader of the Legion of Doom. One thing, and this is going to be one of my gripes of this, is I don't like when Harley or Ivy are separated. I do think they're stronger together and stronger as part of a team, which it looks like next season we will be getting that. But uh, that would probably be some of my nitpicks this season. I just didn't think Harley really gelled with Batgirl or Nightwing or anybody in that huge mansion, to be honestly.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of what the point was like, and I think I agree. Like, it was almost too much. Like, it could have been. I feel like if halfway through the season they kind of resolved the whole like we have two completely different lives now thing, I would have been completely fine with it being done at that point. Because it did feel like that was just like a thing that kept coming up, and I got it. That kind of is the theme of the whole season, right? Splitting them up, how different they are, but yet similar at the same time, and how their real home is together, not with the Bat Family or the Legion of Doom. But it just at the same time it kind of dragged at times. I will say that.
Yeah, like normally when these episodes would drop, I'd watch them like the first night of. I kind of let them linger a little bit this time around, but I do think that the second half of the season was definitely stronger when the plan of what Lex Luthor was trying to do actually did come into play, and you have just some really funny supporting roles in there. I thought Nora Freeze was just a
Oh, hilarious.
hilarious addition to this season, where she's like a party girl, and then she was like partying with all the cold villains, and she sends Bane to Italy to get a new pasta maker, and then there's that whole thing. So I would say that the side characters this season really did stand out for me.
The side characters, and I'm trying to remember their daughter's name. Was it Princess Ladyfingers?
Yeah, and then they have this
But
Avatar
she,
joke in there too, which is fucking funny.
but like that was just fucking hilarious. And like I'm a sucker for that kind of shit. Like I think it's funny as hell whenever they do stuff like that, especially in comedies like this. And it just I love that whole episode. It was funny. And
Yeah,
I think that's what we really come for this for. Is like it's a funny show that you get to see some of your favorite characters be hilarious, but also true to them, like themselves. Like it's not completely off the wall. Some of the shit they had some of these guys doing, right? It's like it is stuff that like the fandom makes fun of, um, like the fact that like they always give fucking Nightwing a donker. So like that man is always freaking donked up and anything. Even like in the Gotham Knights video game, they had him with a like just big ass. So like and everybody's always pointing that out. Like it's always funny as hell. So like just shit like that, like it's just like this is like what we want, like DC's making fun of itself and I'm here for it. And the Zack Snyder universe part. Like, oh, who
I
made
love that
like
shit.
oh so the Zack Snyder guys took over. I
Yeah,
love
like
that.
this is something I don't think Marvel would ever do, is where they would just make fun of their properties like this. So I really do love that DC does this, where Alfred becomes a prisoner who makes toilet wine, and then he
All to make sure he could keep taking care of Bruce Wayne, who
yes,
was in prison for tax fraud or whatever the hell it was, right?
it is so
And
elaborate.
it was so, and then like he ends up becoming a prison DJ. But like at the same time, I don't know, like that was a little off the wall. But Bruce Wayne is like his whole personality is kind of off the fucking wall anyway, right?
Yeah, it's fucking funny. This leads us to our rival fantasy sports fantasy character draft that we've been doing. I'm going to give you the first pick in the draft. We're going to do 2 picks each. Snake draft as always. Gerald, who is your favorite character of this season?
Oh, I'm taking Kaylee Coco. Harley Quinn immediately. Harley Quinn's like she's the title character. Call me basic. I don't give a shit. Like she's the best, and she's the reason I watched the show in the first place, and she's the reason I come back every time. I did what you did. I let it kind of steam for too long, I think. But when I came back for the last, I think 4 episodes, I binged them all like immediately in one sitting, and it was so good. I was like, I have to keep watching. It's hilarious, and I'm glad I have more.
Yeah. Well, I'm also going to go basic too, and I'm going to do not Harley Quinn. I almost took your pick again. I'm going to do Poison Ivy at number 2. Lake Bell voices Poison Ivy, and she's so hilarious this season because she's the boss of everything. And there's points of the season where she's like, I got 15 minutes to schedule you in at 5:15 to her girlfriend, and it's just some funny corporate humor in there that I really enjoyed. She will be my number 2, and because it's a snake draft, I'm going to go next. Nora Freeze is going to be the third pick in our
I like that
draft.
pick. I like that
She
pick.
is she is so hilarious, man. I
Rachel
love
Dratch,
that
man.
character. Is that
Rachel
Rachel
Dratch.
Dratch?
Yes, like used to be in all those like Adam Sandler movies. Just go with it. I don't know if that's Adam Sandler, but Click. Man, she was in a few freaking movies. I can't remember all of them, but she's funny. Yeah, that's Rachel Dratch though, and that's who I was gonna go with as well for my pick. Damn, now I'm stuck with. I kind of want to go Nightwing.
I
Just
like
he's
Nightwing.
fucking hilarious. Even though he dies, every second with him, he's hilarious, and I loved him.
Yeah, and he's played by Harvey Guillen from What We Do in the Shadows and Blue Beetle. So I really do love that actor as well, and I do love that Nightwing's going to come back probably as a psychotic version of himself next season because he was introduced to the Lazarus Pit. So yeah, you can't really go wrong this season. I think there was a lot of strong choices when it comes to this show, but let's get to what we thought of the season itself, Gerald. Your final rankings for Harley Quinn season 4.
I think it's a starter. It's definitely still good. It's not at its all-star level. I think. You know what? Nah, I'll give it an all-star. We'll do it. We'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll do it. It is. It is. I wasn't about to knock on it, but then like there's like I said, other than the fact, and like I said, it drags a little bit, but like it's not terrible. Like it's the jokes are still fucking hitting every damn time. All the society jokes, all the culture jokes, everything hits, and they're funny as shit. So I mean, it's still an all star. It hasn't done anything that is gonna like make it one of the best DC animes ever, but it's up there.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I think it's probably a lower all-star for me, which is there any difference? I don't know. Sometimes we just say that shit. But it wasn't as much of appointment television as it was for me in past seasons. I still think this is a strong show, and we're getting a spin-off too. We're getting a Kite Man spin-off of this show. So, obviously the universe is going to continue. Um and I'm really down to see like 8 seasons of this show if it really came down to it.
I mean, they could keep making this show for as long as they want, you know. I think the way it uses like stuff happening in the now uh, as jokes, you know, it makes it almost Simpsons esque. And by no means am I calling this show the Simpsons of DC, like it's not, but Simpsons esque, and that's kind of what has kept the Simpsons alive so long. Now the question is, do they keep this show going for, you know, more than 5 or 6 seasons? I doubt it. Projects don't tend to last that long any longer, you know. Um, but I think that that's kind of what it makes it like a lasting comedy. It's not a comedy that necessarily has to have an end. It has an ongoing storyline with every season, but it also has a shit ton of jokes that are just there, you know.
Yeah, I think we're in it until we see Harley and Ivy get married. I think that's probably when the show will end, because that's like the end game of the whole thing is their relationship. So I hope we get a few more seasons. Love everything about it. Highly recommend it. Gerald, do you want to throw out our sponsorship one more time before we get out of here?
Yeah, so when you go to joinrival.com/boxofficeqbs right now and join up on the Rival site and you make your first deposit, you'll get a $25 in free play. You'll also get a $10 free voucher coming to your account. So that's $35 right there. And whatever deposit you make up to $200 is going to be matched. So you make a $100 deposit, you're getting $100. You make a $5 deposit, you're getting a $5. Just make, and I think you can make the deposit as little as $1. Like, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure you freaking can. So like make it whatever you want, and you're gonna get all those things. You're gonna get the match, you're gonna get the voucher, and you're gonna get the free play. So again, that's joinrival.com/boxofficeqbs.
Yeah, free money, and you could turn it into more money with fantasy bingo, fantasy challenges.
Yeah,
This
if you
has
don't
been,
suck.
yeah, if you don't suck. Like I did. I lost to Gerald last week. I forgot who I bet on, but it was Russell Wilson.
It was
That's
Russell Wilson over Kirk Cousins. I was just like, I'm trying to get Jeff into it to like learn it more, you know, because it's his first time using it. I used it a little bit over the NHL and NBA season. So just trying to get him to really learn it and get into the product as well. And it's a lot of fun, man. It is. And it's a lot of fun to just do that bet. Like, I'm a Viking fan. You're a Bronco fan. I didn't feel like making it uninteresting by betting Justin Jefferson would get more points than Russell, because that's more like that's probably going to happen. But you know, the Kirk and Russ thing almost killed me too, because Kirk had 3 fumbles that week.
It almost was good for me, but yeah, we'll do some more challenges in the future. But this has been another edition of Box Office Quarterbacks. I'm Jeff. That's Gerald. We'll talk to you guys next week.